Jonathan Taylor, I don't know if you've seen him in the news. Jonathan Taylor, your Indianapolis Colts running back, has come out recently and said that basically he doesn't know if he's going to, how should I say it? He may be the next running back who sits out because of Saquon Barkley, because of Dalvin Cook, because of the running back market. He has assessed the current economic attitudes towards running backs in the NFL, and the All-Pro is beginning to wonder what it all means for him, quote, end quote. The Indianapolis Colts star said Wednesday that recent developments with backs such as Dalvin Cook, Saquon Barkley, and others have given him reason for pause as he embarks on his own contract negotiations. Taylor, who is entering the final season of his rookie contract, is guardedly optimistic. Now, let me just break this down both ways and play devil's advocate. Number one, you're coming off your worst season. You were absolutely dog shit. You were a nobody. I didn't even know you played last year in the NFL. Number two, it's very, very ironic that this is the attitude that these prima donnas have when they come forward and talk like this because of what another man is doing, such as Saquon Barkley and Dalvin Cook. Here's my devil's advocate. Here's my defense of him. Fair to Big Smitty, who's going to defend him regardless if I said this motherfucker has shit on his face. And he's going to, and Big Smitty, you know he's going to say, no, he doesn't have shit on his face. All right, so here's the thing about it, Big Smitty, which you're going to like this part. The NFL better figure this out or they are going to be fucked. Why, Coach JB? Here's the issue. Just imagine a league without running backs. Let me say it again. Imagine a league without running backs. Can you even fathom where I'm going, Big Smitty?
It'd be chaos. It'd be nuts.
But can you even can you fathom where I'm going with this?
Keep going, JB. Just keep going right now, JB.
Let's just keep going as far as keep going as far as where this league is headed right now. NFLs, I've been saying for a long time, are the least
7-on-7.
First of all, they have the shortest lifespan in the NFL. They're the least paid in the NFL, and they are the most. What's the word? They're the most. What's the fucking word? I wanted to use a real smart word to sound smart, but I'm not smart, I guess. They are
quick to move on, whatever.
They're a, what's it called when you can just cut it out with no issue? Expendable. Thank you. Yeah. They're the most expendable position in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
So now what you're going to start having is one guy is going to get the bag, and then everyone else is going to think they deserve the bag. And they're not going to get it. They're going to get cut. They're going to be 3 years in the league and be out or what have you. Here's the issue I have. When you stop to pay them like you are, you're not paying them anymore. We already know you're not paying these running backs. The running backs are now going to start bitching and crying, and they're going to start sitting out more and more and more. The issue is high school, youth, and college are going to start to see running backs, especially multifaceted ones like Marshall Faulk and the Taylors and the Cooks and the ones that can play in the slot and the ones that Reggie Bushes. Guess what they're going to play? Guess what's getting higher paid every day? Wide out. Yep. Wide receivers are starting to get paid more and more and more. Running backs are still getting less and less and less. Why would you grow up and play running back?
Yep.
So what is going to happen in 10 years when there are no running backs? No one has said this. I haven't heard anyone talk about this. Why haven't we discussed that? The fact that we may not have running backs in 10 years. They're going to all be slot receiver hybrids. What are we going to do? Run the football with shovel fly out of motion? That's it? Like they do with, Tyreek Hills and Pacheco in the slot and McKinnon in Kansas City? What are we going to do in the running back position? Just not run the ball at all? Here's my point. It's leading to putting fucking flags on them, like Andy Reid said, and playing 7-on-7, dog. Like, I'm just telling you, we need to separate the cap, put quarterbacks alone, and let everybody else have the cap and let them eat. Because if not, we're going to start losing vital positions. I'm just telling you right now.
Man, that's a good ass point, man. I had no idea what direction you was gonna go with this, but I'm glad you landed here. Man, obviously this hits right at home. You know how I feel about my Indianapolis Colts. You know how I feel about Jonathan Taylor. He's the head of the snake for us when it comes to us on offensively. I mean, without Jonathan Taylor, we don't have a chance. I'm gonna be real. As a Colts fan, we don't have a chance without Jonathan Taylor. I mean, you look at his last few seasons, even last year, which we admit was a bad season because he had injuries. He still averaged 4.5 a carry, had 861 yards in a bad season where he didn't play every game. But the previous 2 years, he runs for 1,818 touchdowns. And then his rookie year, he ran for 1,111 touchdowns. So people in the chat called him a one-hit wonder, one-year wonder. That's just not true. He had literally one off season and still almost rushed for 1,000. So my point is, there's still huge value in the running back position. As a guy who played defensive line, who played football, not the NFL level, but at a pretty damn high level, when you're going against the offense, a balanced offense is a scary offense. If I'm a D lineman and I know you're going to pass damn near every play, I'm in a pass rush stance. I'm thinking go. I'm thinking green. My whole mindset changes, and the entire defense kind of schematically changes, and it's a huge advantage to us, especially as a D lineman, when I know you're going to pass the ball. I don't have to think. I don't have to worry about reads, and I'm going to get a down block, a reads block. I don't have to think about just go. And when you have a balanced offense, it slows you down a little bit. Slows you down. It's more physical. You're getting double teamed. You're banging, and then you hit them with a play action over the top. Boom, big play. So my point is, there's huge value still today in the running back position, but we're so worried about explosive plays, paying the quarterback, making the quarterback happy, scoring 40, 50 points a game, that we have now devalued the running back. And now, like JB eloquently said, they're not paying the running backs no more. And now running backs are like, listen, I know my value. I know my worth. I know what I bring to the table. So if you're not going to pay me, I have no choice but to sit out. And like you said, man, it's crazy to think of now. But if they don't eventually pay the running backs, kids growing up in the hood, they're not about to be. Why would I play running back when I'm not getting paid? Think about the quarterback position. We've seen over the years how the quarterback position has become the number one position by a long shot. Look in the league today.
Look at Joe. Look at Joe, man. Joe is always hooking us up, dog.
Oh, man. Damn. Shout out to Joe Accor, man. I think you mentioned me on Twitter too, man. I'm going to show you some love. I got to respond. I've been super busy, but shout out to Joe Accor. We appreciate all your love, my guy, man. And prayers up. You said I see you're at your mom's funeral, so prayers up to you and your family, my guy. And appreciate your support always, for sure.
No doubt. Joe's been our biggest supporter, man, for a long time, man. Much love to him as he's dealing with his mother. I've been there, done that. I had to put my dad down, so I get it.
Yeah.
It's a rough time, and, death's part of life, unfortunately. And she was a fan of the show as well, so shout out to her. Rest in peace. Yeah. Man, here's the thing about it. I know we got cut off on that as we should have.
That's all good, yeah.
I got to say, why is this such a far-fetched thought of mine from what I'm seeing on both sides of the house here? Like, why is this such a fucking far-fetched deal? Like, the running back position is already being expanded to the slot. So what are we talking about? It's already being expanded to the slot. The cats are already catching 100 balls out the backfield like Austin Eckler every year. And the other cats are being expanded into the slot like the McKinnons and the Pachecos of the universe in Kansas City, teams that are actually winning Super Bowls too. So, tell me a team in the NFL right now that is winning by just straight pounding the rock.
Tennessee Titans.
They ain't won shit. I'm saying, like, last year, you could argue they had a horrible – they were down, right? They were down.
I mean, last year, but, I mean, before last year, like, Derrick Henry's that injury. You know what I'm saying?
They're pounding the rock, but, like, it's not really getting them there at the end of the day. It's not getting them the ring. It's not getting them the championship. So, like, there's no more, by attrition, win the game. We're going to run. If we don't get it, we'll punt. but we'll play solid defense. Nah, there's no more of that, dog, because Kansas City and the Eagles and those schools, they'll score 50 on you, and you'll still try to pound the rock and be down fucking 50-7. It's like, nah, that the game's changed too much. There's too much RPO. There's too many, we're running too much college offenses, so to speak, where now we're running tempo, we're up speed, and you think we're going to be able to get in the huddle, get into 21 personnel, come out, fucking pound the rock? No. And not only that, Big Smitty, look what's happening to Henry, basically seemingly overnight. He kind of digressed a little bit. I think he'll have a better year this year, but he's on the other side of the hill. I'm just going to tell you right now. He's coming back down.
Yep.
Have we seen this with Cook? I mean, with Taylor? And I'm going to be honest, I'm curious to see how Dalvin Cook responds, even though I think he's still in his prime for the most part. But again, you can really see the rigor that it takes on these backs. And why would you in your right mind want to go through Pop Warner, go to high school, and go to college and pound the rock and carry the ball 300 times a season? You're not. Nobody's doing that no more.
Well, JB, listen, see, I don't think they're going to remove the running back position. I just think the running back position will start to lack star power, meaning that we're going to start seeing more of these running back by committees. You're seeing these teams where they have like 3 average to a little bit above average running backs where they split the carries, 12 apiece. And you put them together and their numbers add up to 1-star running back. But these teams are saving a ton of money because these guys are getting paid minimum contracts compared to having 1 star where they're taking up so much of the cap. So that's where I see the league going. I think teams are starting to notice, like, hey, we don't necessarily have to pay a shit ton of money to this 1-star running back. We can get 2 average running backs late in the draft, and as long as we got a good O-line, we got a solid quarterback, that running back will do what's needed in order for us to still win game. I mean, I think about Pacheco, for the Chiefs. He's solid. He's young. I mean, we'll see where he goes, but he's not somebody who came out the draft and like, oh, he's going to be a star, so. Wait, let me
fight this. Let me tell you why I don't think that's going to happen. You know why?
Why?
Because we're too soft. The generation's too soft. And this is what I mean by it. And I'm not going to go on this soft rant and the old man on the hill thing. What I mean is this. I want to be clear here. You're talking about a generation where we live on our phones, we live on social media, we live with instant gratification. Our fingertips are basically, they think that what they can touch on a screen, they can almost have instantaneously by either an Amazon order, by either Uber Eats delivery, by whatever. So what is the difference if I tell you that all these kids think that they should have right now, whatever they see someone else doing, they should have? What is the difference between a Pop Warner youth football player, a high school football player, and a college football player seeing that these running backs are not being paid like the receiver? And why would they not say, hell nah, I'm going to wideout? Why would these daddies and mamas who are shopping their kids on NIL deals for the biggest thing not say, we're not playing wideout no more? When you start 6 years old, dog, you're playing receiver. You're going to be the next fucking big thing at receiver. What happens when you have no kids playing running back anymore?
Now, real quick, as a coach, a parent can only handle so much. You might go into practice day one and say, and the coach might ask you, okay, hey son, hey Smith, what position do you play? Okay, I play wide receiver. But the coach is going to watch you play and watch you how you move, and the coach is going to decide what position you ultimately are going to play. You know that. So it's like, nah, you ain't no wide receiver. We need your running back. And they might be upset, they might be mad, but if you want to have a chance to play, at the end of the day, it's 11 positions on the field. At the end of the day, on the offensive side. So if I'm the coach and I say we don't need you at wide receiver, if you want to play, you have to play running back. That's your only option. They won't have a choice. It's not like these guys are gonna be like, all right, well, fuck it. If I can play wide receiver, I'm not gonna play at all. And if they do, okay, cool. Next man up. That's why I'm saying I believe the running back position will start to lose talent because the average Joes who put their pride to the side and they still kind of got that old school mentality. Put your bucket hat on, you still boots. They don't mind grinding it out, playing running back because they're gonna get on the field. The stars are the ones who are tripping.
Do you believe in evolution?
I do. Yeah, I do.
All right. If you believe in evolution, you believe that, something that swims basically lost food or something like that over years, and they became a land mammal or animal, correct? That's kind of what evolution is, and not such eloquently put ways. But let's just say something transformed from something else.
When you remove something for somebody or change their environment over time, they will adapt.
So you telling me you're not seeing evolution in the game right now with the running back position?
No, I am. No, I agree with you.
You are. I'm just making a broad statement. Don't you see the evolution of the game? Aaron Donald is the most dominant D lineman at 5'10". That is never would have seen this before in our history of football. Where is Randy Moss? Where is T.O.? Have you seen a swole big
DK Metcalf, Julio Jones is getting older, but Julio Jones is still there.
Devontae Adams ain't old on the ass end.
Devontae Adams ain't little.
Devontae
Adams ain't little.
Huh?
Devontae Adams is still the best receiver in the league, in my opinion. He ain't no little guy.
No, he's not a little guy, but he ain't T.O. What my point is, these guys aren't built like they used to be. Have you seen the body types of any of these guys? Look at the body types around the NFL. How about let's look at the body types of the NBA? Do you see any Dwight Howards walking around anymore? Giannis, maybe? I mean, think about it. Yeah. The body types have become fatter, slopperier, slower, and guess what happens? They're getting more money. They're getting more money, and you wonder why we got more injuries. You wonder why they're not recovering as fast, but the bodies are not the same bodies. Well, I just had a hell of a discussion in Vegas with Jason Tatum, with what's his name? Fucking hairline. Dog, they said the same thing because me and Pat brought it up. Like, hey, homie, is it really the same? I don't see the body types anymore. He's like, hell no. Nah. These cats get money, dog. They're not working out. And I'm like, damn, homie, I said that on my show how many times? I said, damn, you get that big money, you're going to Bali. You're going to Europe. You're going to chill. Whereas in the old days, you're working out, trying to grind, trying to get that. Dog, the body types, if you just look around the NFL, I go to camp every summer. I went to Charger camp last year. I mean, Braden Fajocos, my boy, has been on this show several times. He'll tell you straight out. Ask Eric Weddle. Dog, the body types are fucking horrible compared to what they used to be. There is no more of that. So when that starts to dissipate, what position is the most needed to be physical train wreck waiting to happen? Running back. You have to be able to take on D tackles, arm tackles, and break them. You got to be able to take on the running back in the hole. You got to be able to pass protect and take on a DN on possibility of a slide protection and cut his ass. You got to take on the backer at A gap. Dog, that shit ain't happening no more. So you're going to tell me you're going to ask a running back in high school, hey, dog, I need you to get to 220. I need you to take on A-gap blitzers every day. And then guess what? You're going to be the least paid dude in the NFL, and you only may play for 3 years. Are you ready to take on this job? Dog, I'm telling you, evolution is about to happen. Running backs are going to disappear. The NFL needs to address it now. Running backs will become wide receivers and kick returners, and you will not have a running back in the game anymore worth of shit. Because guess what's going to be the running back, Big Smitty? It's going to be the fullback. What do I mean? When you and I played, hey, dog, look, man, you're not good enough to play linebacker or DN. I'm sorry, but guess what? We need you at fullback. That was always the discussion for the shitty cat, right? So let's go to fullback. Running back now will be the guy that we just need to throw over there, and you're going to have a shitty-ass position at running back. And
I agree. That's what I'm saying. I agree with that. Now, that's where I'm at right now with it. I'm saying the star guys who would have been great running backs are going to go play slot, go play receiver, Debo Samuel types, and go do that. where, yeah, the guys who are just average, below average, would have been a third string or a fullback or what have you, by default will now be that starting running back. But I think teams are going to, instead of counting on that one average guy, they're going to lead more to the running back by committee, where they're going to have 2 or 3 average guys at running back just to fill the position. And regardless of that, they're not even going to utilize the position heavily, because why? We're moving more and more to a pass-heavy, a happy lead. Guys are throwing the ball 40, 50 times a game now. You're seeing it, and they're barely even using the running back because from a fan standpoint, like what sells to the average Joe who doesn't understand the full X's and O's of football. If you turn the TV on, the thing that's going to catch your eye and your attention is the big home run plays down the field. Patrick Mahomes throwing a 60-yard bomb. Same thing with other sports too. I'm not a huge baseball guy. When I turn it on, I'm looking for the home run.